Hello there everyone, and welcome to this Star Wars Vintage Collection action figure review. You're watching Green Card Back, my name is Joe, and today we're taking a look at the Star Wars Vintage Collection VC201 Darth Maul Mandalore action figure from Hasbro. First things first, yes, I am a little bit croaky, I'm just getting over COVID, so please put up with my rather hoarse voice for this one. As you might recall from my review of a VC202 Ahsoka Tano figure, I've still yet to see Season 7 of the Clone Wars, even though I am steadily working my way towards it. While I'm not the biggest fan of the idea of bringing Maul back, the popular consensus is that his character was really well used throughout Clone Wars and Rebels, so I'm open-minded about seeing what happens. For the VC201 Darth Maul Mandalore card back, we get this nice realistic style image of Maul. Otherwise, it's your standard vintage collection card back that does the same thing it's been doing since 1978. And into recycling it will go. So here we have Darth Maul off of the card back, and you can see straight away the character design in all his half-robot glory. There's good detailing for his chest tattoos and the two-tone silver and metallic grey of his lower legs, which actually look fantastic. The paint apps are really tidy, such as the tiny blue and gold buttons on his belt strap. There are no big details on the back of the figure, but overall the costume design works for me. It's a good blend of the character's prequel trilogy roots with the darker, more technological affectations of the original trilogy era. As we're now getting used to a vintage collection, the paint job on Darth Maul's head is absolutely superb. He's carrying a neutral expression, sure, but it's such a menacing design and it's so well executed that the rather passive face doesn't really matter. Let us take a look at the articulation then. As a leading Sith character, VC201 Darth Maul Mandalore should have all the very best articulation that Hasbro could throw at it, and well, that is almost the case. Almost. You will find a double ball jointed neck, swivel hinge shoulders, elbows and wrists, a ball jointed torso, swivel hinge hips, swivel thighs, swivel hinge knees and ankles ankle rockers. It's all you need to get him into an array of menacing stances and full-on combat poses. The only issue I found is that Maul's head is remarkably static. While the double ball jointed neck post does a great job of maintaining a clean visual, it means that we get a pretty limited range of head movement. It's a really small niggle, but it's one that just prevents the figure from being as expressive as it could be. That minor quibble aside, Darth Maul Mandalore gives you premium articulation for a 3.75 inch scale without ruining the appearance of the figure. It's yet another vintage collection masterpiece from Hasbro. There's not so much to write home about when it comes to Darth Maul Mandalore's accessories, as he comes packed with just his double-bladed lightsaber. This is made up of two halves that plug together. I don't yet know how his lightsaber works in the Clone Wars and whether he can wield it as two single blades or not. That is something I still have to look forward to. Now let's move on for comparison shots. First up, we have Darth Maul Mandalore next to a VC202 Ahsoka Tano. Here you can see directly how much more Ahsoka looks like her animated model compared to Maul, whose portrait is much more realistic. Next up, we have Maul next to a Vintage Collection Clone Wars Anakin Skywalker. And finally, here we have him next to a Vintage Collection Clone Wars Obi-Wan Kenobi. I've had Darth Maul Mandalore for a couple of months now, and to be honest, I haven't been that enthused about reviewing it. I know a lot of you out there have been really excited about it, but it sat on my desk and didn't demand me to play with it in the same way that, for example, ARC Trooper Echo has done. That said, as soon as I finally picked Maul up properly, I started to see what the fuss was about. This is a well-sculpted, superbly painted, great-looking 3.75 inch action figure with every point of articulation you could want. Sure, some of those points of articulation could be a little bit better, but the figure isn't really limited in any significant way. It might be, but when I finish watching the Clone Wars, this version of Maul comes into its own. But the key takeaway is that this is a great action figure. That is all I've got for you this time. Have you got Darth Maul Mandalore? If so, what do you think of it? Let me know in the comments. Otherwise, check out this playlist for more vintage collection videos. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and I will see you next time for more Star Wars action figure reviews.